All right. Coming to you live from Las Vegas. You are watching Talking Sports with Maurice. And this week I've been going over the NFL free agency moves, trades, and best believe I will be getting to the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a special edition of Talking Sports with Maurice, and I'm on vacation. I'm on vacay. I'm in Las Vegas. I got Wes in the building. Whose house?
Rams house, baby. Matthew Stafford taking that fucking discount to come back to the Rams. He looked out. The Rams said, hey, go check out the market. And he went, and the Giants were like, hey, we'll give you your money, and we'll fucking trade the Rams what they want for you. And then he's like, yeah, that's a fucking dumpster fire. And then the Raiders were like, hey, we want you in here. So he looked out, and he saw the Raiders and the Giants were his only fucking suitors. Can I get a box of Red Bull?
Two, please.
Out and seeing that the Raiders and the Rams were his only, or the Raiders and the Giants were his only other fucking suitors. The grass is not greener on the other side of the fence. So he came back, he took a discount, he understood, hey, we were one play away from the NFC Championship. If our rookie center does not go the wrong way and let fucking Jalen Carter get a free run at fucking Matthew Stafford,
right.
We're not saying that for fourth and 18. That was second down. We probably got that touchdown as that fucking play not fucking give a free run to the quarterback.
So my question to you, as a Los Angeles Rams fan, with that being said, do you feel like with Matthew Stafford coming back, do you guys have a legitimate chance to win the Lombardi Trophy or even compete with the Lombardi Trophy coming this season?
I definitely think we got a chance. Like I said,
did you just do that?
Do what? What?
I like it. I like it.
But
I like it.
I definitely think we got a chance. Like, I mean, you're not a fan of your team if you don't think at this time of the season, this time of the year, before the league year even starts, before free agency and the draft,
right?
If you don't think your team has a chance if they Lombardi, like that's the beauty of the offseason. Everybody's like, hey, everybody's 0-0. The top of the mountain is a Lombardi Trophy, and we can make that fucking climb if we make the right moves come the draft, come free agency.
Now, I'm a fan of Sean McVay, right? Oh, yeah. I'm a fan. When you say, the Rams last season were just a couple plays away from going to the NFC West, or the NFC Championship game, I absolutely believe it. I'm not.
You stopped by. Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. So my question to you is like, Rams, 2026 Super Bowl contender. I want to hear from you. Rams, legitimate threat in the NFC to win the championship game. Are you guys favorites
against Washington?
Not against.
You don't think we beat Washington if we beat the Eagles? The Eagles whipped the shit out of everybody but us. Chris Collinsworth even said, 4 minutes left in the game, goes, this game was over 4 minutes ago, and all of a sudden the Rams are driving to win the goddamn game. Like, what the fuck? Like,
the Rams are no joke, right? So they were respectively for me. I would say they have a right to say, they can compete for the NFC West. I believe that.
NFC West is now ours. With you guys selling Debo and trying to sell fucking IU, like there's no reason to believe that you're Ricky Pearsall going to fucking be the end-all be-all there now.
Now the San Francisco 49ers have traded
going to be the end-all be-all.
Debo Samuel to the Washington Commanders for a fifth round pick. A fifth, not a third, not a fourth.
Went for a second conditional first.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Amari Cooper went for a fifth.
That's crazy. Debo Samuel for a fifth.
Same value as Amari Cooper.
For a fifth, when Debo Samuel can do more.
The fucking running back, wide receiver. I'm not saying that his value is understated.
You know what I mean?
I do think that Debo himself thinks too much of himself and thinks he's a Jamar Chase. He thinks he should be paid like Jamar Chase, but he doesn't have the production of that. He's a gadget guy. And he does really good, and he makes good money for what he does.
All right. So my hands is up. Rams you feel like right now the Rams got control of the NFC West, right?
Geno's out. Fucking breaking news.
Right. Geno Smith have signed with the Las Vegas Raiders
Traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know the details.
for a third.
A third.
For a third.
It's not a bad move.
Debo Samuels got traded for a fifth.
Like I
Geno
said,
Smith for a third.
like I said, and I'll say this to all Raiders fans listening. Earlier tonight at dinner, somebody said something about Geno Smith and getting traded to a Raiders fan, and the Seahawks fan spoke up, and he said, "I hope you have something going into the fourth quarter." I can't remember what he said, but it was something like DK or something like that. But what I said is like, no, I'm going to correct that statement. The statement is, oh, you don't hope you got DK going to the fourth quarter. If you're getting Geno Smith, you hope you got Luke Cohen or whatever the fuck his name is going to the fourth quarter. Because that's the only time in Geno Smith's career has he looked good.
I agree with everything you're saying. So right now the NFC West looking like the Rams division.
But the Niners look like they're in disarray right now.
Whose house?
Rams house, baby.
Okay, so I'm not really inclined to disagree with you. Because right now they're looking at Jordan Mason being a trader as well. Brandon Ayuk, you know what I'm saying? Everything is in the air right now with the San Francisco 49ers.
Can I say something? I'm sorry, I know I keep cutting you off, but like with the season that CMC had this year, with
Right.
the injury threat and all that shit,
Right.
why are we getting rid of other offensive weapons instead of trying to get rid of him? If that's a problem.
Well, Debo Samuel
guy's
requested for a trade.
The guy's got fucking arthritis in his goddamn Achilles tendon. Okay,
So-
as a guy who wore boots every day for 3 years, I went and put on flat shoes, and I wore those for 3 weeks straight. My Achilles hurt so goddamn bad, going from fucking heel to flat. So
Right.
imagine having a tendonitis in that, dude. Like, I have, as a water polo, I play college water polo. I have tendonitis in my shoulder. The trainer told me that. And he goes, yeah, you'll hear it when you pick up a weighted ball or something. So every time I used to pick up a weighted ball, and I would fucking pump fake it like this, bam, 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 I'd hear pop, 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 pop. That's what tendonitis is. So now you get thinking, that's in his Achilles. So the guy cuts. You can pop, cut, pop,
It really stinks in here.
So now you're going to trade Jordan. You already traded Debo. Ayuk.
Left off at?
Yeah. So with trading Debo Samuel,
Yeah.
and now Ayuk's on the market. I get Ayuk's injured, but now Jordan Mason as a potential trade away. Like cap hell's hitting you, and next year you got to pay Brock Purdy.
What was this again?
Vodka Red Bull.
Vodka and Red Bull.
White boy drink.
So we turned up right now.
I literally just winked at the camera, but I realized I wore sunglasses.
You have glasses on.
There's no effect. White boy drink.
Where we at?
The fact that you got to pay Purdy next year, and now you're trading off assets because you can't afford anybody. So what's going to happen when you got to pay Purdy? Your offense is locked up around fucking Christian McCaffrey. I keep guessing. I'm sorry. Your offense is locked up around Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And his big old contract.
Yeah.
And now you're trading away Debo Samuel, another weapon. And then you're saying, hey, we're listening to offers on Ayuk, your secondary weapon. And now Jordan Mason, who filled in really good when CMC wasn't playing.
Hella good.
So if CMC doesn't come back next year and is not, I'll say if he's not 10% less than what he was the year you guys went to the Super Bowl, then it's like they used to consider the Jared Goff contract with the Rams. It's a bad contract.
Look.
If CMC does not come back and play at least 75% of you next year, he's got a bad contract.
Now look.
And now you guys have just blown up.
Another way it looks right now with Debo, that's absolutely a big move. Sending Debo Samuel to the Washington Commanders for a fifth overall pick. I would really like something for Forge with third and fourth round pick. That would have made me cool, but fifth round pick for Debo. I feel like the Washington Commanders got a steal on that trade.
Definitely. Well, with Cliff Kingsbury calling the plays over there, like you got with having I'm just gonna say right now, I hate when a team hires a defensive coach because defense, no disrespect to anybody that plays defense out there, but defenses, like coaching the defense, you like this guy can be a 3-4 guy and it can be changed to be a quality 4-3 guy, you know? But in the offense, if this guy isn't a pro style offense guy, or this wide receiver doesn't fit a spread or whatever, how it works out, like you have to be fit into an offense.
Right.
Offenses are not as transitional as defenses are. So when you hire a coach, the head coach has got the offensive philosophy down. It's great because you see it all the time. These defensive coaches get hired. Fucking Mike Vrabel was the head coach in Detroit, and Matt LaFleur was his offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur, the year before that, was the quarterback's coach for the LA Rams. Sean McVay.
Whose house?
Rams house, baby. But like that's what I'm getting at. Like these defensive coaches, it's great to bring that toughness and all that mentality and culture and everything, but you get a Sean McVay or even a Kyle Shanahan. Like I feel like Kyle Shanahan's still got some things that be like at the end of the season, he actually gave up play calling abilities to the offensive coordinator, who's now, well, at the time he wasn't the offensive coordinator. Now he's your guys' offensive coordinator, I believe. I can't remember his name, but that was the first time Kyle.
We got the Kubiak family.
That's right. It was Kubiak's son.
Yeah.
And Kubiak was a great coach, and it was crazy because that was the first time that Kyle Shanahan has called the plays in a game that he's been involved in since he coached for the Houston Texans in 2005. Who was the head coach of the Houston Texans in 2005?
You're right, that's a great question.
Gary Kubiak.
Which he passed out on the sidelines
with a stroke.
And
fucking Denver Broncos.
That was crazy.
No, it was in Houston when he passed out with a stroke.
Yeah.
And then he came back with the Denver Broncos and won that Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. That's John Fox's Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Like that. Yeah. John Fox fucked up one time, and they went and hired Kubiak and had a better offense. Peyton Manning that year threw for 9 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. Right. You're going to tell me that he was the Super Bowl?
Do you feel like right now,
fuck off,
with the
John
moves,
Fox is a great head coach.
He's not a Hall.
He's took 3 teams that
he's not a Hall of Fame coach.
Oh, not the Super Bowl. He took 2 teams to the Super Bowl. 1 team to the NFC Championship. He took the Bears to the NFC Championship, the Panthers to the Super Bowl, and the fucking Broncos.
John Fox will never be a Hall of Fame head coach. So let me ask you this:
the way that Phil Simms will never be a Hall of Famer.
Let me ask you this. All right, Los Angeles Rams. Do you feel right now that they can contend? Are they contenders for the Super Bowl?
We're definitely contenders to get there. As far as the AFC battlefield, it really just depends on who's there. But I feel that the way our team is constructed and built and ran, Sean McVay runs a good program. His best friend, our defensive coordinator, off the top of my head, I cannot remember his name, but
right.
I've read enough stories to know that he is, like, they're really cool. That's why this guy got a job. And Shula. Shula's the coach from the Dolphins. It's his grandson. See, this is ADHD working in real time.
All right, I like it. I like it.
So, Chris Shula. We got there.
Here's what I don't like.
But hold on a minute. So, I feel like the Rams are the only, and we have the only quarterback in the NFC other than Jalen Hurts that has won a Super Bowl. So we have the only quarterback that has been there and done that. So I feel like, I mean, you got, right now the Eagles are defending champs, and you got the Rams underneath them. I don't see anybody else between the Rams and the Eagles. If you look at the playoffs, Detroit got their ass stomped by Washington. The Eagles played.
What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What do you mean? The San Francisco 49ers, the Washington Commanders,
the San Francisco 49ers that didn't make the playoffs,
the Detroit Lions
that are reliant on CMC coming back and being at least 75% of last year. If CMC doesn't come back,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
you're going to pay Brock Purdy $55 million a year, and CMC's going to come back and not be shit. You're going to be fucked.
Not only
tell me how you're going to work out of that. Work your way out of that scenario. Say, let's fast forward a year from now. I'm sorry to get off track.
Are you ready?
But
are you ready?
Let me lay it out.
All right.
A year from now. So Christian McCaffrey, you guys don't decide to pay Brock Purdy, and it started actually. Christian McCaffrey comes back. It turns out he got Todd Gurley, dude. He's just the same shit that they say about the Todd Gurley usage rate, baby. Like it just shit happens. Now you have. Well, say you pay Brock Purdy tomorrow, 55. So now you're paying Brock Purdy $55 million a year. You're on the hook for CMC for 2 more years.
Alcohol is good. So
and then also Deebo Samuel's out, and then Ayuk.
It doesn't really matter about.
They traded Jordan Mason.
Look. It doesn't really matter about Deebo Samuel. All right, because look at his production over the last 3 seasons. It's all been reduction. So this is what I feel about the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams they can't have like just a cakewalk to the NFC West Division crown. That's not going to happen.
Arizona's still looking really good right now.
San
Francisco looks like number.
It doesn't really matter.
You guys got to fire yourself, dude.
Well, Brock Purdy, he's
so
one of
money invested
he's
in
a
your tackle and your defensive line.
7 quarterback in the NFL. Brock Purdy.
If he was
there's no argument
if he was
that you can say otherwise.
Here's my argument. Here's the argument.
There's no argument.
You want to hear the argument? If he was top 7, he would have brought his team to the playoffs.
Brock Purdy has broken Steve Young, Joe Montana records.
Okay, here's my argument.
As a franchise.
Here's your end-all be-all right here, Shannon. If he was a top 7 quarterback in the NFL, he would have took his team to the playoffs without CMC.
That's crazy
all of a sudden,
talk.
CMC's gone.
It's more than CMC.
He has
it's way more.
And so he had Deebo and Ayuk all season. I understand.
It's biscuits. It's gravy.
I understand that there was a section without this.
Brandon Ayuk.
But those are
Brandon Ayuk, the number 1 wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, was not available last season.
When did he tear his ACL? He didn't tear his ACL at the beginning of the season, dude.
Yes, he did. The first quarter of the season, Brandon Ayuk was done. Look it up right now. You got a smartphone. You got a smartphone. You're gonna apologize to me a little bit. But this is what I'm saying. The San Francisco 49ers are okay at the quarterback position. We're okay at the wide receiver position. We're okay at the running back position. We're okay at the tight end position.
No, you're not okay at the running back position. If you trade Jordan Mason away and CMC comes back and he's not what he
wasn't he the offensive player of the year?
Who?
Christian McCaffrey, over 20 touchdowns. Stop playing. You to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
And at the time of the start of the league year,
stop playing.
2 seasons ago, you sound like me talking as a Rams fan saying, we just won a Super Bowl 3 years ago.
It didn't happen. He was not available.
I'm not
saying. He was not available last season.
And what you got to understand is if you have a top 7 quarterback, it shouldn't matter who's on your offense. If you have a solid defense like the Niners do, you should lead your team to the fucking playoffs. Did Phillip Rivers not lead his team to the playoffs every year?
Yeah,
Phillip Rivers was barely top 7 at all.
You look at the security in here. I would jump on you right now.
Dude, Brock Purdy is no Phillip Rivers. Brock Purdy is no Phillip Rivers.
You look at the security in here. You're lucky security in here.
He'd be lucky if he ends up like Sam Darnold, dude.
So,
I love Brock Purdy for what.
And I love Phillip Rivers
for what Brock Purdy
and all his kids.
For what Brock
and all his kids.
For what Brock Purdy does and what he's asked to do, he does a great job. But you cannot pay that man Trevor Lawrence money and expect.
Did Christian McCaffrey start the season last season?
What does that matter? Fucking Deebo did.
He's offensive.
Trent Williams did.
He's the offensive player of the year.
Deebo, you just said Deebo went for a 5th round pick, and you said it should have been a 3rd round pick.
Hell yeah!
So if Deebo is that valuable, Deebo started the season.
And what happened?
You just lost to the Rams within 3 weeks.
We had your asses for a while.
No, you didn't. It was a field goal game, bro.
Wait, how many times did the Rams lose to the 49ers consecutive in a regular season game? How many times?
There's a picture out there.
How many times?
It was 9 times in a row. But
Thank you.
We were 9-1, and nobody wants to say that.
Thank you.
Every time you watch a Rams-Niners game, they put the Rams were 9 or the
Niners were. I was there.
Shut up.
Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford as a quarterback.
The Niners are 9-0 against the Rams.
Sam Bradford.
Even after we beat them in the NFC Championship, and I used to every time I see that on TV, I'd be like, "Nah, we're 9-1, motherfucker." And then they had the championship.
Who else was the quarterback?
They would say 9-0.
Who else was the quarterback? Who else was the quarterback?
John Hill.
Look,
Ryan Allen.
The 49ers.
Remember Ryan Allen? Came out on Thursday Night Football for 300 yards against Seattle, dude. Like,
the 49ers and Rams have had a storied rivalry, right?
Austin.
We've had a storied rivalry.
I can't remember exactly. I've been there. Rams fan since day one, dude. Grew up in the greatest show on
Patrick Willis interception running towards me. I'm like this. But
he doesn't want to talk about 99, 2000, 2001.
We did that already.
Did we have that here?
Oh, you want to do it?
You're talking about the greatest show on turf, boy.
We're not doing it.
Sorry, I can't say that. I'm sorry, you're black. Cut this.
So,
I can't call you boy. That's fucking thing.
So here's the thing about the Rams. You guys are not no slouch. None of pushovers, right? Definitely, absolutely going to compete for the NFC West division.
I feel we're number 3, the top 3 in the NFC.
Can't forget about the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not going to act like the Arizona Cardinals don't exist.
I don't act like they don't exist. I just don't think they got a good program going.
The Seattle Seahawks, they traded Geno Smith to the Las Vegas Raiders. We're right here in Las Vegas as we speak. And I tell you what, the Las Vegas Raiders got a quarterback.
DK Metcalf is also on the trade block. No, they don't.
DK asked for a trade.
What has Geno done since Luke Combs left? Or what the fuck is that?
He's a quarterback.
I remember Geno Smith always getting punched in the jaw by that fucking Bucker.
When he was in the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
He played for the Jets.
No, he played for the Jets.
Yeah,
and then when Rick Ryan got hired at the Bills, he hired that linebacker.
So I think Geno Smith going to the Las Vegas Raiders with Pete Carroll.
It's not a bad move.
It's not a bad move on the Raiders' part. Because who else are going to have as a...
Well, they couldn't get Sam Bradford, Matthew Stafford.
Will the Las Vegas Raiders select Shedeur Sanders in the first round of the NFL draft?
Like I said at dinner earlier, is that Geno Smith is not a franchise quarterback. He's a bridge. He's a gatekeeper. So he's going to come in as a consummate. Tom Brady brought him in as a consummate pro, and he's like, hey, this guy's going to come in and coach this guy for the next 2 years, and like, hey, bring this guy up, and then Geno's going to retire. I guarantee you, Geno's going to retire, or maybe he takes another stab at free agency. But at that age, 2 years from now, Geno's going to retire, and then they're going to bring in Shedeur, and they're going to take advantage of the next 3 years of his rookie contract.
So you're saying Shedeur Sanders will be drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders?
I'm saying this is we brought it up again. I'm saying that the Raiders are going to draft Shedeur Sanders, or if they get an inkling that somebody's going to trade up or somebody's going to draft him, they're going to trade up. And that is a Wesley G. guarantee.
I like it.
He's going to the Raiders. He's going to, whether they trade up to draft him,
I like it,
or he's getting drafted there. Because,
I like it.
I feel like everybody keeps talking about the Browns taking a quarterback, but at the end of the day, like, the Browns would be stupid to take a quarterback now. The best thing about taking a quarterback, honestly, the quarterback value this year is not very high. Like, quarterbacks are always extremely valued because of the position.
Where will Sam Bradford go?
What? Right
now? Yeah.
He'd go number 1.
No, Sam Bradford would not be returning as a Minnesota Vikings quarterback. Where do you see as Sam Bradford, where do you see that he will be able to go? can be
I don't understand.
potential.
Are you talking based off of what we saw and we know?
No, I got breaking news.
Or-
Sam Bradford will not be returning. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Okay, this guy. So
I'm gonna start the video from right here.
Everything I've seen.
Sam Darnold will not be returning as a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
When has that been reported?
This morning.
I watched Pat McAfee show yesterday, and Adam Schefter said that the Minnesota
Sam
Vikings
Darnold
were aiming to get him.
Will not be returning as a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, I haven't seen that. That makes things a little bit more interesting because, well, with that's also weird because then, like, if Sam Darnold's not returning, then why would the Raiders go trade for Geno instead of just trying to get fucking Sam? I feel like Sam is a better quarterback than Geno.
It could be a revolving door.
Because Geno wasn't even drafted as a top 3 pick.
Because
Sam was a top 3 pick.
You got to look at the game like this. The Minnesota Vikings already drafted their quarterback.
Right.
Sam Darnold was an accident.
I understand the Vikings thing. Like what I'm talking about is the Raiders.
Right.
So if it was announced today, was announced to trade.
Right. This morning. Okay. Yeah.
But if Sam Darnold announces he's not going back to the Vikings, why do you not go try to get Sam Darnold and then if you don't get Sam Darnold, then trade for Geno? I feel like Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Geno Smith. Geno Smith wasn't even the best quarterback in his draft. Sam Darnold was a top 3 pick. And the only reason he was a top 3 pick is because the Cleveland Browns took Baker Mayfield instead of Sam Darnold.
Where do you see
Sam Darnold was the projected number 1 pick in that draft.
Where do you see Sam Darnold at this point?
New York next year.
He's going back to the Jets?
He's going to the Giants.
Or the Giants. Wow!
Right.
I would love to see Sam Darnold with the New York Football Giants.
Go to Malik Neighbors.
I will love it.
Watch him sign Evan Ingram.
I will absolutely love it.
If the Giants are
Sam
smart,
Darnold to Malik Neighbors.
If the Giants are smart, they go sign fucking Sam Darnold and Evan Ingram. And you got your quarterback, wide receiver,
I love it.
tight end combo, tight end. And then now you already got your offensive line. Now you just got to build defense. You already got Brian.
I love it.
You already got Brian Burns and Sexy Dexy on the fucking defensive side of the ball, dude. You go draft a cornerback in the first round, dude. Boom. Fuck a quarterback. Fuck taking Cam Ward. Cam Ward's not a generational talent. I feel like Cam Ward and Sam Darnold, I weigh them the same.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's only 27 years old, dude.
Yeah.
He got drafted. He was a young college student. He didn't redshirt. He got drafted super young. So Sam Darnold's only 27. You can sign this guy, and if he does good, you can pay him for the next 10 fucking years. Honey dip.